Hello, welcome back to White Album 2 Part 5. So, in this Part 5, I'm hoping we can get a little close to the girl that is, well, now super mad at us. And I don't exactly blame her. We're super pushy to the point where we're hanging out of a window just to try to get to talk to her, which is a little bit stalkerish, in my opinion. So, alright, let's try.
小木曽なんで
飯塚くんに聞いて大丈夫？指とか怪我してない？
Your musician fingers.
いや、無傷。
見た感じじゃよくわかんないな。突き指とかない？窓から落ちそうになったんでしょ？
She nonchalantly picks up my hands, then spreads them out and carefully investigates them in worry. I'm happy she's worried about whether I got hurt or not, but Ogiso's fingers caressing my hands are, well, quite, what a dork.
大丈夫だから。本当無傷だから。むしろ心配事はそこじゃないから。
Yeah, you should be worried about why we were hanging out of a window. Reluctantly, I raise my hands above my head so Ogiso can't reach. What a child. Giving up that blissful feeling, I try to put on a serious face, but it just feels empty and forced.
あ、そうか。どうだった？処分の方。
Seriously, why wouldn't you ask why I did that? That would be my first question. She crosses the fingers she used to embrace my hands earlier over her chest, staring at me with a cute gesture.
ああ、追って沙汰があるって。まあ、停学とか謹慎とか、活動停止とかは食らわないと思うけど。
そうなんだ。よかった。学園祭まであと一月もないもんね。
Also, why are they both standing like that, like slightly looking away from me? It's kind of awkward. Is taking a glance over her side every once in a while supposed to be something like a charm point?
ああ、そうだな。よかった。
北原くん？
Indeed, it doesn't seem like any rigorous punishment will be levied on me. However...
よかったよ。せっかく小木曽が入ってくれたのに、学園祭出られなくなったらシャレになんないし。
Revocation of the Light Music Club's privilege to use the music room. The light punishment that Suwa revealed at the end. It would have indeed been fatal if he'd brought that down on us now.
そうだよね。参加するって決めたからには、つまらない事故で出られなくなるのは悔しいし。
つまらないことしてごめんなさい。
So trivial, jumping out a window.
そういう意味じゃないから。別に北原くんのことを責めてるわけじゃ。
I mean, you could blame him a little bit. It is entirely our fault.
まあ、とにかく心配かけて悪かった。とりあえずそういうことだから。
そうだね。とっても心配しました。だから、とっても反省してください。
ごめん。
なんて、ほんの数分間だけどね。
Think about it a few minutes. Think about your actions.
小木曽。
Oh god. The third girl must be like, you guys are gross. This weird flirting.
それじゃ。
Yeah, see ya.
お友達？
Back then, I hadn't noticed it at all. How perfect Ogiso's timing had been, how Touma's expression had changed ever so slightly.
ああ、そうそう。紹介するよ、小木曽。
ちょっと、私は別に。
こっち、トーマカズサ。うちのキーボード担当。
Oh no.
いて！
ふざけるな、このバカ！
Awkward. Shortly after placing my hand on Touma's shoulder, she punches me. It makes me happy that I can do this after knowing her for half a year now. since she's no longer saying things like, "Don't touch me." I mean, she still kind of did. The punch pretty much said it all.
全然ついていけない。
まだ怒ってるみたいだな。
So this is Touma when she's not holding back. The way she's completely ignoring my terrible guitar playing is indeed cool, but isn't it kind of sad to have that kind of personality?
東間和沙、3年 E 組、出席番号32番、帰宅部所属。住所、岩津町6-2-12。電話番号。
そんなのはクラス名簿で知ってる。
Actually, I'd memorized the whole thing because it's required for a class representative. Is it though? That doesn't sound right. It is required, right? Normally? Yeah, exactly.
でもこれは知らなかっただろ。去年までのクラスは2年 H 組。一昨年のクラスは1年 H 組。
いくらクラスメートだからって、過去まで詮索していいわけないだろ。
Yeah, says you, the biggest busybody.
個人情報の取り扱い方が極端だよ、お前。
Class H. The last class for each year. In other words, the music programs class.
でも、まあ、道理で去年まで全然見かけなかったわけだ。
Classes A through G are in the main building. A new annex was built for the music program 3 years ago. Class H stays there, so they never interact with us.
それだけが原因じゃないみたいだけどな。
っていうと
2年の時、年の半分近く欠席してたんだとさ。進級もギリギリだったらしい。
もしかして去年は体調悪かったのか？
Or could it have something to do with her mom, because her mom was the famous pianist? I get the feeling she has this sad backstory where her mom, like, wasn't attentive or something.
聞いた話や俺の経験から判断すると、悪かったのは性格みたいだけどな。
Well, that's not nice.
今だって引き続き性格悪いけど、ちゃんと学校来てるぞ。そりゃ遅刻はダントツで多いけど。
お前、それフォローしてるつもりか？
いや待て。お前の一つ前の発言に引っかかるところを見つけた。俺の
最初にお前のクラスであの子見つけた3日後に付き合わないかって言ったらいきなり蹴りだぜ蹴り。
待てお前一言も俺に断りなしで何やってやがる。
You gotta shoot your shot, man. I am shocked by what he did. I'm not. This guy is asked out like everyone else in the school.
いやだってお前のクラスの中じゃダントツだろ。付き合うならあの子しかいないって思ってさ。
お前はクラスごとに女がいないと気が済まないのか？全学年全クラス24人の彼女を作る気か？
His immoral line of thought. No, rather, his sharp sense and ability to identify the very finest leaves me in awe.
やだな。音楽家はパスに決まってんじゃん。だから全部で21人。
お前、男とつるむ資格ないよ。
And what rank among the 21 are the girls he'd introduced me to so far?
いいじゃんか。昔のことだ。それに、お前の彼女ってわけでもないだろ。
それは、そうだけど。
I mean, obviously. Why'd I stop there?
あのだな、竹谷。
Why am I stuttering? What is wrong with this guy? We have literally no relation to that girl other than she doesn't like us, and he hasn't even mentioned anything about attraction to her, so why suddenly?
彼女ではないにしても、なんだかんだ仲良くやってるみたいだな。
No, we're not.
そりゃ性格悪いけど人格悪くないし、普通に話せるそこそこいい友達つかお隣だし。
I mean, she sits next to you. That's it. Haruki seems like the type of guy that if someone like says hi to them in the morning, they're like, oh, he's flirting with me. You know, like they take every little thing too seriously.
ところが去年まではな、他の音楽家のクラスメートとはまるっきり口を聞かなかったらしい。
え？
東間和沙はな、入学当時音楽家始まって以来の優等生だったんだとよ。
From this point on, Takeya starts giving me some incredibly detailed info on her. So detailed and accurate, in fact, that I can't help but believe him. The only problem is that most of the information he knows, he's gathered from various girls. During first year, she participated and won in the national competition. Matsukawa finally placed third at the same contest this year, but she'd already dominated it in the 2 years ago. Touma was in a different league since the very beginning. At first, the music teachers had all praised Touma. When compared to Touma, her classmates all appeared to be inexperienced amateurs. Even so, if only she had acted like an honors student, her classmates would have respected her without fear and would have aspired to be like her without avoiding her.
Touma Yoko.
However, it would seem that there's another thing, even now, continues to agonize the relationships she has with others.
それってもしかして
ああ、つまり、
トーマのお母さんだろ？確か保護者名簿で。
As I figured.
そう来ることは予測してたけど、そんなことまで覚えてるお前はやっぱ不気味だぞ。
で、彼女のお母さんが何か？
The truth is, I only know the name of several specific parents. Luckily, he does not pursue the matter further.
あのさ、ハルキ。結構前だけど、ウイスキーかなんかの CM でさ、赤いドレスの女がピアノ弾いてるやつ、覚えてないか？
それって小学生くらいの頃じゃないか？確か、各界の一流アーティストが出てくるシリーズもので。
I mean, that's pretty specific.
そうそう、それそれ。で、そのシリーズの1番目がそのピアニストでさ。
なんかあったあった。うちの母親なんか、確か CD 買ってきてたぞ。クラシックなんか普段全然聴かないくせに。
うん。でさ、つまり、
嘘だろ？
No, I remember. Definitely, I remember seeing it credited to Touma Yoko on screen. I'm 80% certain of it.
あの頃は日本で活動してたけど、今はヨーロッパに拠点を移したらしくてな。
トーマの。
Despite a classical pianist being a small occupation in Japan, her CDs were very popular. On top of that, it's selling incredibly well even in the countries where classical music was born.
うちの学園に相当の寄付をしてるらしい。第二音楽室のピアノもトーマ家の寄贈だとか。
Having a mother like that, who was extremely famous. And if she'd also made such a large donation to the school, it'd be hard for the staff to treat Touma normally. Yes, for example, preferential treatment, like 1 room out of the 3 being put aside specifically for her use.
トーマ上総は音楽家始まって以来の優等生だった。しかも、地位も金も名誉もあるわ。教師にひいきされるわ。まさに至れり尽くせりの特別な生徒だった。
She was most certainly a student who was given the highest graces.
そんなことがいろいろと積み重なって、クラスではソース感食らって、ついでにトーマの方も歩み寄る気配がまるでなくって。
In other words, she was snarling at both the teachers and her classmates for looking at her with such things in mind.
2年になってからは、ほとんどクラスメートと話したことはなかったって。
なんだよそれ。クラス委員何やってたんだよ。
普通のクラス委員はな、お前みたいに鬱陶しいくらい干渉したり、何でも仲立ちしたり、とことんまで面倒見たりしないの。
Yeah.
そうなの？
They don't? Isn't it the representative's job to grit their teeth while taking all the jobs other people don't like to do? Even if it means that other people may end up hating them.
ま、そんなこんなで、さすがに言いづらくなったんだろうな。3年から普通科に転科してきて今に至ると。
そうか。
で、どうする？それでもうちに誘うのか
？With so many emotions swirling around in my head, I can't immediately provide him with an ideal, logical response like I always would.
難しいぞ。 あの子は。仲間とつるむのに拒否反応があるかもしれない。
In any case, this is quite frustrating. It seems like I'd gone off on a tangent with my own emotions, which is not exactly one of my best traits.
何しろこの俺を振るくらいだからな。他のどんな男にだって心を開くとは。
黙れ、一クラス一穴主義者。
Even so,
誘うよ。
春樹。
because her piano once matched up with me,
何としても仲間になってもらう。
because I was enchanted by that sound.
あんだけ上手くて帰宅部で、しかも普通科で、誘わない手なんかないだろう。
On top of that, it's because she's the one who played that beautiful melody.
おぎそにはなんて言うんだ？ピアノ担当のこと。今まで嘘ついてたろ？
Yeah, there's that also.
きちんと説明する。しっかり謝る。でも、トーマが必要だって分かってもらう。
I mean, as long as he tells the truth eventually. It was still not great of him to lie in the first place, but...
納得してくれなかったら？
絶対に諦めない。だって、俺にはどうしても二人とも必要なんだ。どっちも大事なんだよ。
人、それを二股という。
お前に言われるとは思いもしなかった。
I may as well be doing the worst possible thing now. Lying to an acquaintance I recruited and who believed in me while asking a great deal from the person who saved my life. That's so dramatic. I mean, yes, you lied, and yes, you almost fell out a window, but come on, that doesn't make you the worst. But I can't stop now. I can't stop lying. I don't want to stop either. There's only 1 month left until the school festival. There isn't any time left to think this over, have any regrets, or lose my way now.
まあ、ともかく、一つだけ忠告しとくぞ。
いや、だから、それはいつもの俺のセリフ。
トーマを誘うのはいいが、妙な同情だけはやめとけよ。変に気を回しても相手の気を悪くするだけだぞ。
This is super good advice, actually, and I feel like we're going to ignore it the entire time we're friends with her, because we're so pushy.
そんなの分かってるって。
あと、いつもみたいな説教もやめとけ。お前は気を使ってるつもりで、実は一歩も引かなかったりすることがあるからな。
He really is our best friend. He knows us better than we know ourselves.
何度も言わせるな。自分のことは自分が一番よく知ってる。
No, you don't.
ああいうタイプには、そういう押し付けがましい態度は絶対にうざがられる。ほんと、気をつけろよ。
だから、そんなうざいまでしないって。もう半年もあいつと付き合ってるんだぞ。何の心配もいらないって。
You absolutely have not been getting along with her for half a year. At all.
だといいけどな。
Don't believe us. Don't believe us. We're liars. We're lying so much, even to ourselves. Maybe that's what's got us in such a big pickle. White Album 2, Introductory Chapter.
そこに居座られるとうざいんだけど。
She cares so much about us, I can tell.
いきなりその言葉を使わないでくれ。
The next day, after hearing about Touma's experience these past 2 years from Takeya, right after school, Touma headed straight for the second music room, and just as she opened the door...
自分とこの練習はもう一月もないって騒いでたくせに。
処分が決まるまでは、あっちの音楽室使うの自粛しとこうと思って。
She found a certain annoying former class representative sitting there, playing an eager audience.
そんなのんきに構えてて、本気で間に合うと思ってるわけ？
大丈夫。近日中に、すごい仲間が加わることになってる。
それはおめでとう。
そっか。トーマも喜んでくれるか。なら話は早。
私がそのすごい仲間だったら、そんな冗談みたいな泥船には太平洋のど真ん中でも乗ったりしないけど。
Jeez. But straight to the point.
口数多くなったな、トーマ。
It seems that since this spring, her vocabulary has expanded beyond expressions like, shut up, get lost, or don't touch me.
こっちが黙ってると延々喋り続ける。場の空気を全然読まないバカが現れてからね。
That's us.
ここで聞いてていい？
邪魔だからいなくなる。と、こっちがいくら言ったって、どうせ出ていく気なんかないくせに。
よく俺のこと知ってるな。さすがは友達。
Personally, I think it's nice that she now follows up with expressions other than shut up, get lost, or don't touch me. It's the second time they use that same line. Though I would like it even better if we could just start a conversation without having to go through all that trouble. Is she aware that I'm looking her way? Regardless of whether she is, I can only sigh and admire Touma's finger movements. I mean, I can't even keep up with how fast she's moving. Not only does her fingers move along the keys at incredible speed, but they also easily move from one side of the keyboard to the other. Something that should be hard for her slender hands to do. Being the amateur that I am, I can hear nothing off key. I can't clearly hear every note, but I can't tell her apart from a professional. Well, I guess that's what makes me an amateur. It's possible that Touma can no longer feel my presence here, because the look on her face right now is one she normally wouldn't show anyone. Without me realizing it, she'd started making use of that privilege of ignoring me, which she'd earned a month after we met. Flashback time.
トーマ。おい。だから起きろっての。おはよう。今日は珍しく修行前に来てるな。そんなあからさまにため息つかなくても。おはよう。おはようトーマ。もうすぐ予令が鳴るからそろそろ起きててくれ。
Man, if someone was like yelling at me to wake up before class, I'd be so annoyed. Literally just leave her alone.
で、寝起きで悪いんだけど、進路希望調査、今日の昼が提出期限なんだよ。俺、先生から回収頼まれててさ。で、多分用紙は捨てたと判断して、これ、新しいの。名前とか、俺のわかる範囲のところは書いておいたから。
Oh my goodness. I could understand maybe giving her a new form, although he assumed she lost the first one. So, writing in her information, like her name and stuff, that's just weird and creepy.
書いてるところも覗かないし、封筒に入れてから持っていくし、内容は絶対見ない。だから、まあ、昼休みまでに記入よろしく。だから丸めるな。ちゃんと書け。
こんなの興味ない。
進学でも就職でも未定でも何でもいいから。まず自分が今どう考えてるか、それとも何も考えてないか、それだけは書いてくれってさ。
だいたい私に構ってる暇があったら、ちゃんと他の連中の分を集めたら。
昨日までに全部集めた。あとはトーマの提出待ち。
昨日、確か3人くらい休んでたんじゃ。
Oh, she was paying pretty good attention, huh?
ちゃんと事前に電話して回収に行った。みんな熱があってもしっかり書いてくれたぞ。
Traveling to 3 different people's houses after school? We really have nothing else to do?
バカ。
Stupid?
ひどいこと言うな。うちのクラスの連中はみんなしっかりしてるんだよ。
誰の話だと。
だいたいうちなんか付属なんだから、とりあえず上に進学って書いておけばいいんだよ。何も書かないよりよっぽど放っておいてくれるぞ。
行かないし。
嘘はつきたくないのか？意外と誠実なやつだな。見直した。
勝手に結論付けて勝手に評価上げるの。うっとうしい。
見直されたくなかったら、周囲と同化して埋没した方がよっぽど効果的だぞ。
何それ。
ほら、不良が猫に餌やってたとかいう落差による高評価がなくなるから、みんな普通に評価してくれるだろ？
I guess.
私は誰にも評価されるつもりはない。
So honestly, he sounds like the type of person, and this is so common in Japanese society, like the salarymen that just go to work every day and listen to their boss and work extra overtime, unpaid overtime, and come home with their heads down. Like, they never stand up for themselves. They never, like, try to break free of that routine. They just try to fit in and not stand out.
授業中に書くのはおすすめしない。できれば、予令が鳴る前に書いてほしいんだけど。
I can definitely see Haruki turning into that if someone doesn't interject, like a really cool girl. Who knows? That's what I'm hoping.
あんたね。
Although I feel bad bothering this girl because she just hates us.
まあ、下手したら一生ものの選択だし、もう少し悩んでくれてもいい。それじゃあ、お、感心感心。
北原、
書き方わかんないところあるか？
あんたの言うこと聞いてやるんだから、一つくらい私の言うことを聞け。
ああ、もちろん。何か困ってることとかあったらいつでも相談に。
今後、私があんたのことをシカとしても気にするな。ものすごく鬱陶しくて嫌な思いをしてるだけだから。
You're terribly annoying.
そうか。
ほら、かけた。持ってけ。
あっと、投げるなよ。ちゃんと裏返して。
別に見られたって構わない。あんたの言う通り、上に進学って書いただけだから。
進学するのか？
さあ。
そうか。
これで用は済んだ。それじゃあ私、寝るから。
ああ、ごめん。最後に一つだけ。
何？
わかったよ。今後、トーマが俺のことシカとしても気にしないから。
おう。うん。
だからトーマも、俺がしつこく話しかけても気にするな。
Oh, jeez.
は？
おはようトーマ。今日もいい天気だな、おい。
ちょっと待て、北原。それは約束が。
I mean, that's not breaking the promise.
お前の言うこと聞いてやるんだから、一つくらい、俺の言うこと聞いてくれてもいいよな。
Not fair at all, because you've already asked 2 things of her, and she's only asked 1.
全然一つじゃない。なんて厚かましいんだ、お前は。
Yeah.
トーマ、今さら何言ってんだよ。
Since that day, Touma was willing to allow me to say things like good morning or goodbye. Though, of course, she never replied.
だからさ、今の俺には全部わかってるんだ。2年間、トーマがどんな思いで過ごしてきたかってこと。
No, you're not supposed to bring that up. If you find out about someone's tragic backstory and you're not even good enough friends to talk about it, you don't talk about it.
親が有名だからとか、先生にひいきされてるからとか、そんな理由で仲間外れにされたって、納得できるわけなんかないよな。
Oh man, yeah, like this is stuff that's good to bring up. Like I don't think you should just ignore it, but not now. Like you're not even friends.
だけどさ、厳しいこと言ってるかもしれないけど、それでもトーマはみんなに歩み寄るべきだったと思うんだよ。
Oh man.
なんて言うんだろう。気持ちは伝わるってのはさ、別にいい意味だけじゃないんだよ。嫌いだとかダメだとか、そういうネガティブな気持ちもやっぱり伝わるんだ。
That symbol is throwing me because I always use that symbol at the end of a sentence like, yeah? Or, I don't know. In a positive light, it's always like a positive spin at the end of a sentence. And for her, it's like her angry eyebrow or something.
最初のうちは笑うのも嫌かもしれない。けど、無理やりでも笑ってたら、その笑顔が相手に伝わる。で、相手が笑顔だったら、自分も楽しくなる。
And telling girls to smile. It's a big no-no. You don't do that. She's got 2 angry eyebrows now.
そんな生き方の方が、今よりよっぽど楽しいと思うけどな。いや、まあ、俺らの年で、こんな悟ったようなこと言っても、しょうがないとは思うんだけど。
3 angry. I don't know what the third one would be. Maybe the wrinkle between her 2 angry eyebrows because she's so angry.
ああ、それで、前置きが長くなったんだけど、要するに、俺の言いたいことは、
Oh, Haruki. Haruki. Poor Haruki. Ouch. Oh god, it's so awkward. I don't even want to. Alright, that's actually a good stopping point because I need an emotional rest for what's to come. I really hope we get better at being a social, I don't know, being a member of society because this is just so cringy. This is hard to play. So, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm sort of looking forward to the next part. I am. Just a little nervous for it. So, talk to you next time. Thank you.